My name is Divy. I work at UCT and we are the partners who provide i.materialise service in Southeast Asia. And in the next 1.5 hours, or now just 1 hour, I will take you through, I guess since you guys were there yesterday for the talk that Mahesh gave.
Yes.
Yeah, so you might already have some idea as to what i.materialise is and what we can do for you. So I just glaze through that, go about what the APIs are and go through a couple of demos. And then we can, I'll keep it really informal because it's a small group, we can talk and stop me at any point if you have questions or you would like me to give you an example or a demo for this one particular application. No problem. I need you to give me your email again, by the way. Toji. My mailbox didn't function, so we need to send that email again.
I got your email. I'll reply.
Okay.
It's a date. Don't worry, guys.
All right.
He's lying.
All right. So, what we can do with i.materialise? Let's begin. My computer seems to have money, so technical issues.
So we're just waiting for a few more people to just stroll in, so it feels a little bit nicer here. But I think we're gonna start soon, right? Okay.
I've started. I've already started. So, who we are basically i.materialise. We can provide you 3D printing services. We have a really big community that people engage in, and we develop features specifically for makers and for designers. It's all about giving you the power of making whatever you want to make. It's all based on a really strong software capability that is provided by i.materialise. That's all that goes behind i.materialise. i.materialise is just a small facet that you can see over here, but it's all bundled together and you get the best technology and the best service because of all the other things that we can provide. As I was saying, we are all about letting you make whatever you want to make. Some of the examples that of what people have made with us. These spectacles were 3D printed in SLS plastic. I will go through in detail more about what's that. And so we just made the frame, and then the lenses and these cork little things were just pre-assembled by the designers later. The same thing goes for, this thing was designed by someone in Malaysia. I don't really remember the studio's name, and we helped them make the cast in wax. We print in wax and then we pass it back to them, and they can go and make a sand cast out of it, investment cast it, sell it.
Sorry, could you repeat that? So they make it in wax.
You
print it in wax.
print it in wax. So we can provide you a wax mold which you can use to investment cast, or we can do the whole process for you. It's all customizable as you need it. This is another great example of hobbyists who like to make tanks, trucks. You have people who are making model trains, and we just make it in this great plastic, ship it to the people, they get to paint around, assemble it. It's nice hobby. This is a very interesting material. We can flock stuff, give it a nice velvet finish. Ceramic, a really good shoe. Sorry. This is SLS plastic, but as I was saying, that both you see over here, and I'll go more in detail about this, all these funny little structures. You might think that, so when I first found out about 3D printing, I was just like, man, that looks so cool, right? But it's not just about the cool things. It's also to reduce your plastic usage. You make it more cost effective, you make it more 3D printable. You also end up making it look cool. So it's not the coolness that dictates all these nice funky little designs. It's about how you can optimize parts for 3D printing.
That's a knuckle duster, right?
Sorry?
It's like a knuckle duster. Is it strong enough to?
Yes, it is. And that's the whole point, that we have software and services that you just make this as one volume and you pass it to me and you tell me that I want it to serve this function. holds so much weight over here and there and be that cheap, and I'll be able to shave off all the material that's not needed and provide the from the unit.
Still has the same strength as well.
Yeah. So
How do you test that?
Nice question. I think it comes from the material's own quality. Because each material, I mean, sure, we can actually put it into a stress test, etc. But I think it doesn't fail when somebody's been using it, etc. So we haven't put it in the lab to, go through a tooth.
Oh, I just thought Divy would have to wear them around for a while, that's all.
Divy would look very good in those.
no, we have as I was saying, we have a strong software backing, so the software is smart enough to do all that work.
Yeah.
We just trust it. And we go
Sorry,
with
in
it.
that case, right?
Yes.
When you make like spare parts for machines, which we define the strength that we need.
Yes. It's not just
like metal.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
I'll just go into that. Let me just get to the meat then, since people are interested in that. I know that most of us over here know what 3D printing is, but just a quick recap of how it works is any CAD model is cut up into slices. The slices are literally printed as slices and fused together. That is done with different materials, but in its very pure essence, that's what happens in 3D printing. The materials and technologies that we have to offer, as you are asking, metal. We have stainless steel, titanium, and there's a high definition stainless steel that's more. So they're just different technologies. It's the same material. It's more about the surface finish that you get at the end. And apart from that, in terms of investment casting, we have brass, bronze, gold, silver, all the precious metals that you can make your little jewelry and trinkets in. And what's not shown over here, but we can also print in aluminium, Inconel, tool steel, and other different grades of stainless steel. So to answer your question specifically, if you do have a requirement, you can pass the basic drawing that you use, and we'll study it, and we can advise you on how we can optimize it to be 3D printed, and then we'll 3D print it for you. Any other questions or any other materials people are interested in?
What's ABS, sorry?
ABS, it's just the most commonly used plastic.
Oh, okay.
Your chair that you're sitting on is probably ABS. Yeah.
And you can mix,
Sorry?
can mix together.
Mix the materials.
No, one piece can
Please come right up.
maybe match
You just join us.
No, we can't really, we can't do that. We can basically separate it, print it separately and put it together for you. Yeah, but one printer can't handle multiple materials. Yeah. Although, having said that, there is a printer from Stratasys, which we have the access to. We don't have it at the facility, but we have the access to, where you can probably mix two materials, like have a hard plastic and a soft plastic. Just plastic, but you can't mix metal and plastic. So I just start with the powder-based materials and how those are made. These are all our laser singeing materials. This is polyamide, alumite, titanium, and rubber-like. You get a whack of powder, and the laser cures it and keeps going layer by layer. At the end of it, you just get a cake of powder. You take it out, you shift through all the powder, and you have your 3D printed part. The most interesting material from this technology is frankly alumite. As you can see over here, it's got a sheen to it. Looks like metal. It's actually nylon mixed with aluminium powder. So it's easy to print. You don't have to deal with the intricacies of metal printing. You get a part that is lightweight, looks like metal, behaves a little bit like metal. It's rigid, it's strong, but it's not metal, and it's way cheaper than printing metal.
What's the price comparable to metal?
No. It's really great. 10 times cheaper. Yeah. It's a good material to be used for showcase. When you have something that you would like to use as a presentation tool and take it out to people. Yeah, and for like just a quick prototype to say that this is in metal, but it's not metal. This is another interesting material. It's called rubber-like. It's TPU rubber. That's that's in powder form and then cured with the laser. It's got a sure hardness of 80. It's a very hard rubber, but it's a very, very durable rubber. Although it is 3D printed, you can keep using it as a functional piece for as you would with normal rubber. And this is titanium, which is moving on, then you have what is also powder-based material, but this is more fused together with the binder. Instead of curing it with a laser, you have the powder fused with binder, which is then cured out in different processes. The most interesting material in this is multicolor. This printer actually behaves like your inkjet printer. You actually use different color binders to fuse powder together. You dip it in a chemical and it just holds together and it's printed as is. There's no post painting. There's no other post processing required. And this is the stainless steel. This stainless steel, this technology is actually where we use a binder to hold the metal powder together, and then we later infuse the binder with, or we infuse the part with bronze or brass. So the brass or bronze takes in the place of the binder, and then you have a full complete metal piece. So it's a mix of stainless steel and brass or bronze. The same thing, this here is, instead of using brass or bronze as a binder replacement, we use stainless steel as a binder replacement. Ceramic.
Sorry, how does the strength of the stainless steel using this technology compared to the normal stainless steel?
So this particular technology, it's comparable. Yeah, it's within the range of all your tensile strength, yield strength, and all of that. It's probably a bit on the lower side, but it's within the range. But this is only when we infuse it with the brass or bronze. The other technology where we just use metal powder and fuse it with the laser, that's as good as normal stainless steel. Yeah. There's absolutely no difference. Ceramic. This is where it's actually the same as your traditional ceramic manufacturing. The only advantage that you can get is you can print in funky little shapes. At the end of it, you take it out, you put it in a kiln and you burn it, and that's how you get the final outcome. And then you also have to glaze it, yes, and then you get the final outcome. SLA. This is these materials are used specifically when we want to mimic a final plastic product. This is not powder based, it is more resin based. You have a vat of resin and you use laser to cure it. This is as good as you can get with the transparent resin. You can get this as is. As you can see that this is very close to a final injection molded or blow molded part.
Sorry, that was printed separately, the black, red.
Yes.
transparent.
Yeah, I'm talking about just the
that's transparent.
just the base.
Right.
This is the same thing. I'm just going to glaze over all the materials and get to, I think this might be of interest to you. All the precious metals. What we do is we print in wax. It's called wax jetting. It's also very similar to your inkjet printer where instead of ink we print wax. Once that's done, you take the wax model, as I was explaining earlier, you make it into a sand cast and you pour it. You just pour the hot metal. The metal takes in the place of your wax, and then you get the final part.
Do you provide the complete service?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we provide a complete service.
Some good examples are rings in silver, gold, brass. We have 2-3 different finishes in brass. You can get it completely polished or PU coated or gold plated, anything that you want. Same thing goes with bronze. And finally the ABS, which is what most of us know as 3D printing, is you take a filament and you melt it and you put it through a nozzle, and that's what happens. That's how we print ABS. It's although it's a very traditional, not so fancy technology, it's very, very durable technology. It's very, very durable material. So to just summarize all that we saw in the previous slides, we have all these. I'm sorry, I don't know where this is cut. We have all these materials. You can go that big, as I was explaining to some of you guys earlier, for all the resin-based plastics. It is. Let me read it out for you. It's actually 2100 by 700 by 800 mm. That's how big you can go. And then you have the other technologies, which is the multicolor or the ceramic, and you have that big that you can go for stainless steel. This stainless steel over here is the one where we infuse with rust. These stainless steels are the one we just printed directly from the printer. So, how can you start using all these services? Firstly, as I guess it's pretty evident, but you need a 3D file, or you can ask us to model it for you, or you can pass us an object and we can scan it for you. Either way, we will need a 3D file to start processing it into a final print.
And for the multicolors, it does paint the texture.
Yes, you need. So if you are familiar with how animation works, when you have a CAD model, you apply textures on it to put it in different colors. You have to pass us that texture file too, and that just gets translated into the final printout. I will skip to this. This is our online interface. I'm not sure if any of you have tried it after the talk yesterday. I can give you a live demo after this, but it's extremely simple. You just have to upload your 3D model over here. If you're ordering a print from us, you get to choose your material over here. It gives you a live quotation then and there. You don't need to wait for us to quote you. You just press print. It's like ordering from Amazon, and you're done.
The price is based on the material or size?
It's based on the material and also the volume. So it's how much material your print is going to use, and that's the price of your euro. Sorry? No, sorry. This was made for Euro presentation, but the price is shown in SGD, or it's shown in the region you're in. So yeah, don't worry about that. Let me just give you an example so that it's. Sorry, I've just uploaded a box, but let me find something better.
So much money.
Yep, just for a box. Well, I've asked for 400 pieces, that's why.
Oh, wow. Then you can vote yourself now.
Sorry.
Yeah, so the nice thing about this is all you need to do that is an STL file. You upload it here, and then you choose the scale, the colors, the finishes, and then the material. It gives you a price immediately. And if you decide to go with it, you just click print, and it's just sent immediately. You can be anywhere in the world, and it's printed here in Singapore and shipped to you. So if you are in the region, it comes to you quicker. If you're not so closer to us in the region, it takes another day extra. That's about it.
So, I just uploaded, I think it's a feather. I just dumped it on there, as you saw. Very straightforward. There's what we call is the Streamix robot. It analyzes your parts. So there it is. As you can see, it's a feather. It will update all the pricing for you. If it can't be made in a particular material, like it's too big to be made in silver or bronze, it just shows any. I think. Let me see. Yeah, you can scale to fit it. If you still want to print it in that material, just press that button. It's going to size it down for you and to the maximum possible, and then give you a code. And that's just the first page of material. You have access to all the materials, as you can see. Then you just mock an order for you too. Once it's done, let's say I'm going to print it in ABS.
And all these materials are available in Singapore?
Yes.
It's all
Yeah. So we're going to print it and ship it to you from our Woodlands facility. You add to cart, it goes into your cart over there. just proceed to checkout, fill in all these things, choose the way that you would like to get it shipped to you, and you're done. It's you will get an update as to when it's going to get shipped to you. It's all automatically calculated by the backend. You can also see it in the previous page before you actually make the, sorry. Yeah, as you can see over here, that before you even place the order, you can see on what date it's going to get shipped out. And
Quite a long time though. I think it's just an example. So
I think it's because
the parameters.
ABS, I think, yeah, and it's a big part. It frankly depends, but you do have your polyamide priority, which is a service for printing in polyamide. That's the only priority service we offer from the online portal. It'll be shipped out to you in the next 3 working days. You place an order right now, and in the next 3 days it'll be shipped out. It obviously might take a little bit longer to reach Thailand, but yeah, I feel guarantee that it's shipped out by then. Anyway, so that was an example of how you can use the website to order your parts. Sorry, it's taking. If you would like to capitalize more on what the i.materialise interface I just showed you, automate that, fix it up with your website, or have more access to it, we do provide APIs, and I'll just talk you through about how they function. This is just an example to show you that what used to happen was that you had local production, it was customizable, it was there at your facility. What happened afterwards was that we started mass producing things, and that made costs cheaper. That's the way that things should be moving. What we can provide you with the APIs is you get the same customization. You can have it made locally, although it's not made locally, it's made by us over here. But you are the front over there. You process the orders, we make it to you, we ship it to you, and then you sell it to your customers. That's what the APIs can provide. The most common way that APIs work, and I'm going to use this as an example, Tweakit. This is a website, or more of a web service, that lets people have customized 3D models on a web page. So, as I was explaining earlier, we need a 3D model to start printing. If you have a basic 3D model, you can use Tweakit as a service. Let your customers have the option to customize it, tweak it, as the name suggested, and then pass it to us for printing.
So Tweakit is
No, it's not. They are our customers. They are not us. And I'll just use this as an example to show you. Let me go to. This is an example of a store in Amsterdam that uses Tweakit and uses i.materialise APIs for the final printing. As you can see, you can print these customized dolls. You get to choose all these various little basic models. You can add different things to them. It's all done live over here, adding things to it. And I'll show you. Anyway, you kind of get the gist of it. Once it's done, you again just add to cart. It functions the same as i.materialise example that I showed you, although it's not transparent. People don't see that, but it comes and gets printed with us. So all this, yes?
So what I understand is Tweak is an e-design shop.
Yeah.
No, it lets you set up your own design shop. Tweakit is the service that lets you have these CAD models modified on the website.
Yeah, so it's already there for you to choose.
So Tweakit, if I may add, Tweakit is a business model that's on website. So it's somebody else's server, somebody's website, they provide this service. So you can go and have a a template, and then you can modify it whatever way you want, and then you can have it printed. But the printing part is transparent to your customer, for Tweakit's customer. So we print it for Tweakit, we package it in Tweakit's envelope, we package it in their own branding, and we put the invoice, everything. So it seems like as if Tweakit is sending this service to their customer.
So an example of a business model for makers like me
Yep,
is
yeah.
my own e-design shop with my own
Totally,
design.
exactly. You
Yeah.
hit
This
it on the
is
nail.
one more example I just shared. So this is for people who make trophies. As you can see that this is again, all these parts that you see in white color are 3D printed. All the wood parts are just passed on to us. So people can go over here, customize their trophy, make it do anything that you want. Once they say order, the order comes to us, we print it, we'll assemble it in the wooden block or with the wooden backing as you saw over there, package it, ship it out. That's what i.materialise APIs can offer with Tweakit. Tweakit was a service that I just showed you, is used for tweaking 3D models. And since we need the 3D models for printing, that's how we go with it.
So fundamentally, these are examples of how your business can leverage on our software that can then just be, parked together with your website, and to the client of yours is irrelevant where it's being printed, etc. But it's delivered as if it's from you. So we become your factory, literally, at the back end. Yeah.
These are the same examples that I was talking about. This is another store that is set up in a similar manner. People can customize boards. It's printed in silver and then passed on to us. This is, as Mahendra was just explaining to you, that these are the kind of options that we can provide. The one is assembly and inserts. You don't have to 3D print everything. You can 3D print only certain bits of what you'd like printed, and the others are made by you, mass produced somewhere else or handmade. Pass it on to us. We'll assemble it, package it. You can have like a default packaging which just says a blank box, nothing on it. Or you can pass us a customized packaging with your name on it, and we'll use that tape, that box, and send it out like that. These are all the examples. You can also go to the extent of customizing your invoice, your delivery note with your logo on it, etc., etc. How this works is you need to have these APIs. Pricing API is what you will need when a customer is placing an order from your website. So I'll give you an example later of how you can make it work. But when someone places an order, as you saw from the i.materialise web interface, that based on changing the size, changing the material, the price changes. How do you capitalize on that? How do you get the same instant quotation? You can get it through the pricing API. There are two ways that this can work. When you get an API with us, we'll have to agree on how you would like to price your orders. We can have a fixed price which says that we will print it for you, for example, at $3 and you charge your customer $6. That's it. There is no more change fluctuation after that. Or as I was just giving an example, that as they change the material model, we'll just use the same algorithm for calculating the pricing. Ordering API is what happens once you place an order, of how the order goes from your website and is fed directly into our production database. There is absolutely no follow-up, nothing required. It just is a direct link. Reporting APIs are APIs that give back information to you, as the name suggests. At the end of the month, you can understand how many parts were ordered, what material, where did they go to, etc., etc. Info APIs are just what links to like a customer service is what it is essentially. But when the parts are being printed by us, you actually don't know what's happening. So if someone does have a question, that question gets directed to our system, our database. We are able to feed the right information to your customers based about their purpose.
How about 3D view? 3D view when there's a
Oh, okay, yeah. That so that's a different business model where it'll just it's called the referral business model, where once someone wants to print something, they leave your website and they come onto our website. So it's just the same interface that I showed you on i.materialise. However, if you want to use the white label business model, the one that I just talked about, you'll have to build that up in your website. We can't provide the 3D view.
And if I use the white label like this, and the customer pays to us or pay to you?
Yes, I will come to that. I will just come to you that how that works. Yes, essentially this is what an API does, and I was just talking to you that this is your user, all this is handled by you, all this model creation, price information is fixed by our agreement when you sign up for an API. This goes to your servers, which we take it out from, make the order, print it in a facility, we ship it to your end user, and we have two different ways of how we can handle payment. One is if you use the referral business model, it can be done via PayPal, where the money comes to us and then we pass it back to you. However, if you go for the white label business model, the money goes to you directly, you handle all of that, and end of the month there's an invoice sent to you and you pay us.
PayPal is the only gateway.
Sorry?
PayPal is the only gateway.
PayPal is the only gateway that we have on i.materialise right now.
You said that they have them like really bad reviews recently.
Yes, we are very much aware of that, and we are in the works of using a secondary option too.
Like credit card.
Yes, just direct credit card. That will be soon rolled out in the next couple of months. I just opened just give me a minute.
She's a job. She doesn't get this.
You don't get it?
No, I get it.
Scrap it. She's actually constant.
She's
She wants to do it.
This also helps you understand, I think, of how the payments and what is done. As I was explaining to you that you have to pay us because all the things are transferred to your bank account and then you just transfer back to us. However, if you use the referral business model where once someone chooses to 3D print, yes.
So, when you look at the most successful users of your platform,
Yeah.
what differentiates them? Is it because, like you showed me the Japanese one before, Motor
Yeah.
Circus? Is it because of their design, or is it because they have a community? Like, what is it that makes success? I mean, considering you guys can print anything.
It has to do a lot with the design, and also about the factor that you can customize it, have it made just for you. That's what we see as
I can take it. We are working together. So the ones that are that we saw, for example, in Japan, they come up with innovative designs that because printer at the end of the day, I mean, we have the largest printing facility in Southeast Asia, but at the end of the day, if you have a lot of money, you can buy printers. So obviously you have to have a provider that will give you a good, high quality output for your prints. But at the end of the day, it's your ability. For example, they had a campaign in Japan. I don't know if you were talking about it when I was outside. That people scan themselves to their computer, and then they create basically automatically almost created a bust of the person, like a Roman.
Oh, really?
Roman emperor.
I get that.
So basically, once you're a digital image, you can be manipulated. I mean, the image can be manipulated. So they created the bust, like it sits on a Roman something, and they, as a result, this was very successful, and a lot of people used it. People are using, we have companies that, for example, you sit in front of the computer, you take one shot of your face, their software approximate how to 3D your face. They got a license for an Indian famous action hero that I'm personally not familiar with. This doll, it's a doll, it's a real doll, printed thousands of those, not printed, made in plastic in China, without a face. So we print the face, they glue we actually glue for them the face on the doll, and then they send it to this kid with this action hero with the face. So the idea is this is for the consumer. We have a glass designer that you scan your nose, they fit custom-made glasses, and we print the frames, dye them, and so on. So the idea is once to come up with something that will be really interesting for people. We are now in 3D printing way beyond. I'm going to sell you a molten piece of plastic and tell you, look, it's 3D, you have to buy it. People buy it because it's pretty, right? So the idea is to do something interesting, can be customized to you, and then it's your reach to people. We put it on our catalog that is published worldwide, but if you want to do it from your website, then you better have some access.
And you're representing the same company?
Yeah. We are. I'm working with these two characters.
So also on that, so for example, if you were to, like, so when I saw them print a house, right, that was so clever because structurally they were saving all of the volume inside the bricks because they were painting they were basically printing diagonally. Are there certain types of designs which are structurally the same strength but save lots of material, for example, that you guys can mention?
This is where you go to the industrial part, and the consumer is just what I told you. People doing this, people go and do just one more word on the consumer, and then I'll go directly to your question. For example, people go to the classic car, antique car. There are people that are crazy for this. No parts available. So you want to have a stick shift of a Cadillac 56. You send few pictures, we can print a direct replica of this thing. So this is one. When you go to so this is what we call B2C, to consumer. So then the weight is less interesting. When you go to the aerospace industry, and this is where, for example, the passenger cabin of an airplane is connected through hundreds of metal arms to the outer, it's like two pipes. You sit in the inner one and then the outer one. So what they do is they 3D print the metal to have air gaps in it, and we have engineering services for our B2B customers that take an industrial part that they are wishing to reduce the weight but have the same exact mechanical properties, and there is, through software and so on, we can map it to something that will weigh less. So an airplane, for example, they are using these little arms, hundreds of them, and they reduced about 2 tons from the weight of the airplane, and therefore fuel reduction and so on. So the B2B weight reduction is important. The beauty and the coolness of things sometimes is less interesting. On the B2C is if you have clever idea that a lot of people want it, and you can somehow customize to them. People, for example, they speak to the computer, we capture their voice, the waveform of the voice, and we make a pendant out of it. You take the waveform, you roll it around, it becomes a pendant. You can etch it into a ring, you print the ring, you say, here it is, I just said I love you, it's written right here, the waveform. But this is where you have to provide the imagination. What we provide is something that really looks like it was really done professionally, not in somebody's MakerBot $600 something that it has its own use to play at home. So that's.
Sorry, my last question is, how far away are you as well from, if I live in some faraway remote island, right? And obviously the kinetic energy of manufacturing something in China, shipping it is obviously quite expensive, especially small volumes. How far away are you guys from, say, for example, saying we have an Officeworks Kinko's like repository, and you can kind of print the needs for the community?
Well, it really depends. I mean, if you are far away, for now we are printing here. So if there's a postal service in your area, it will reach you, obviously. If you need for the community, if these are things that are urgent that you need overnight, is that your question?
No, I guess it was more like if you set up your installation in Singapore,
right,
in a faraway place like Newfoundland or something, like far away, like where no one else goes, like in the middle of winter, can they then replicate all of their needs in the middle of like one community? Do you know what I mean?
It really depends. I mean, I give you an example. Most of the Danish commercial fleet, have 3D printers on the boat.
You're kidding already?
Yes, yeah. So when they break, they showed us the screws that they have. They can kill you with the screw. You know, this is like this giant. So what they do is they print it with hard plastic, and depends what it is. Obviously, a piece of an engine they don't, and then they at least the boat can make it to shore.
Yeah.
So if you have a part that is life-saving, we call it, by the way, virtual warehousing or digital warehousing. We basically, instead of having a warehouse with your stuff in there, you have a 3D printer and you print what you need. You do need, however, to have the skills because I mean the crowd that is printing here is we're not just printing it. We finish it, we polish it. It depends what it is. So you do need to have, in addition to the printer, you have to have the people that can do the post-processing, which is not rocket science. We are highly trained, and if there's somebody that needs, we got some requests to put some printers in some other countries. We can do that, but we need to have some agreement on volumes and so on. Because these printers are, unlike the MakerBot, is up to $1.5 million a printer. Depends on the printer. So.
Wow, thank you. That's amazing.
Even the US Army carries metal printers to replace stack parts.
Isn't that crazy? Wow.
So, would anyone like to have a very specific example of what API or a specific API they would like to have demo? I can go to that. And if no API demo is required, I guess if there's any other question like you just asked myself, Alavi, or maybe probably go to that. Yeah.
Do you have a case where if I'm a designer, I've done the thing, but I enjoy the designing part, I really don't want to go into the business of these supplies? Is there a solution for this?
Yes, totally. So that's where he was explaining
This
to
is the
you.
whole API solution that you just design it and then you
Ask it to do.
and just print it.
Or you upload. No, what I
you
mean is that not doing the e-shopping thing and everything else. So somebody.
Maybe you would show the catalog.
So that's a boutique we have on our website as well.
Oh, that's yours.
That's,
Oh, I see.
There's a shop. If you're an individual, you just have one item that you want to upload.
Yes.
You can put it up there, and then I'm a visitor to the website. I say, I like this one, and I print it, and then you get your designer fee, and we will just charge them the cost of printing it.
So it's a one-off arrangement, or is it?
So there's a one-off arrangement, or you can have a whole collection called a boutique. You can.
So we have
So we can set up a boutique in your shop.
Yes. So
setting up a boutique is actually more of an agreement between us, and the shop is what I think you are more talking about, which is you have an account and just print out. These are all made by different designers. They have their own account, just uploaded it.
So let's say, you design this bottle opener, right? For example, so you upload it here, and then you put a price to it, and this price is the price that the customer is going to pay.
Right.
Within this price, there is a price that we actually print it for, and then the rest of it is your own, whatever your win, right?
So what is my initial investment here?
Your initial investment. Your initial investment is your design.
That's it.
You actually create the file.
Okay.
Your time, you're a designer, you have the program, you created this file. That's all your initial investment. Then you upload it in our shop.
Unlike Shapeways, there is another. This is, I think, the second most popular catalog in the world. The first one is Shapeways. We actually ask you that it doesn't cost you to upload anything to us, because people sometimes they upload just to see how much it can cost and they don't even produce. It's free. But what we want to ensure our customers that if something is on our catalog, it's actually printable. So if somebody pays here $10 for your stuff, we want to guarantee them that somebody printed at least one. So we ask you that if you make this bottle opener, please order at least one for yourself. See that it actually open bottles.
Yes.
And then you put it for free on the catalog. There are tens of millions of people that see this catalog every day. This is published here and in Europe. It's around the world. It's in the .sg domain and in the Europe. So an immediate copy of it exists in Europe, in the US. So worldwide, if anybody likes your stuff, they click on it. You get your designer fee automatically from us. We take, because you're saying, for example, I want to get $10. We calculate that with our profit, we need to add $20 to it. So you will see here at $30, somebody click. We pay you directly $10, we take our $20. It costs you nothing except this one print that we ask you to do to see that your stuff is working. With Shapeways, by the way, you can order something and it will not work because they don't ask that we print one.
Okay, maybe I'm a bit more specific.
Sure.
I designed a sandcastle set I sold for the last 20 years.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is actually to do accessories that goes with the set.
Okay.
So I don't want to run the business.
Right.
So somebody run the accessory business.
Right.
I've done all the design work already. So what you're saying is if I put up over there, this is already done. It's an ongoing business. It's not going to start up.
Yes, the only difference, as Divy said, in this case, I'm a user in France. I saw your nice accessory. I click on it. I want it. We pay you $10. We take out $20, and that's all. The thing is, so the only exposure, however, that you get to your customers, they will see your name there. You see designer. If you have a website and they would like to click on it, they click on it. This is exposure. It's not a whole lot of exposure, but it's something. If you want us to bury API into your website, you don't want them to go to a website at all, you can have a website, people click on your website, buy, how much it costs. They don't know, but we compute things in the background, but our name is not there. People don't even know that you work with us. They think that you build it, you ship it. They don't even know that we exist.
Yes.
This obviously will require you to put APIs in there, to put software in there. If you want an easy part, you just give us your name. If you have a website, we put a link, and that's it. It doesn't cost. I mean, we have kids uploading to this. They're selling, cables for Mac. I mean, a piece of plastic that you roll your cables for Mac for $2, $5, whatever. They make some money off of it. Again, as long as it's printable, we'll sell it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was the biggest big difference into how much effort would you like to put. You can just go in the shop, or you can do, as I was showing you with this example, it's integrated with the API. It behaves like the shop that we just talked about, but we don't see it, like the customer does not see it. So what's happening?
It's really like the website that people used to sell photography. If you're a good photographer, you can post your photograph and people want to buy it. Now instead of photograph, it's a 3D object, but it's exactly the same thing.
Yes.
If I do the white label,
Yeah.
and customer order from us, and customer use the same for the order from you, is that the same price?
Obviously not, because it'll have whatever markup that you'll be putting on it, because you'll be printing with us.
Yes.
So there's when we set up the API, we come to an agreement as to how much factor the pricing has to be increased by, and that's what they see when they order from your website, right? But if they somehow get the same model and they come to us, there is no middleman, so it's a pricing.
So is there wholesale pricing, or your side is the bottom line?
No, it's not the bottom line. This is if somebody want to buy something. If you are actually if you have a popular website and we know that we can generate volumes through you, we have B2B agreements. The prices are very different.
Okay.
Prices are very different.
Sorry, have you ever seen, for a big tournament, like a big sporting tournament, have you ever seen useful type of prints or personalized, customized applications? Because I'm just trying to think about how to take what you guys are doing and apply it.
Then it depends. I mean, it's if you have the names of the people. I mean, it's like thousands of people. Have you mean?
Yeah. Like
Those,
many thousands.
it really depends. I mean, what we do is sometimes we print something, and if we know the names of the people, we can have on each item. We can have the name of the person become part of it.
In the cricket team.
So we have and in 3D printing you can print stuff that you just cannot manufacture otherwise. So this is, you can print things that are like things that you give to people that like something within something else. You cannot manufacture, otherwise then you will do it. Otherwise, normally what we will see, if you have thousands and thousands of people, you'll probably play with prototypes quickly, see what you like, and then you order it normally in a normal, I mean, in the standard product, if it's thousands and thousands of things. If it's thousands and thousands of things that you cannot otherwise manufacture, then we manufacture them. They are, I mean, I printed, for example, an ant inside the cage, and you don't know how it got in there because because you can print the ant while it's in the cage in one shot and things like that. But then you need to know what you're doing as a designer. People wanted from us to print Buddha inside the Buddha. That's what the local artists. So you can print one inside another one, the whole thing in one shot. They wanted that. So this you can do only with 3D printing.
Got it. Okay.
It really depends. If this is something that you can manufacture in mass production and you still have enough time. If you are 3 days in front of before this thing and the idea came to your mind, there's no time for a setup with somebody else, then we can print the towel because with us it takes like a day or two.
Well, I mean, literally it's about customization, it's about complexity. So we do not have any limits in complexity in the sense 3D print can actually literally, an object inside an object, a ring that looks like completely in a certain form that you could never imagine you can traditionally manufacture it.
No, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think about applications. That's thank you.
One good case study that I could probably share with you was we were exploring of how, as you were saying, get a sound wave and make that into a pendant or a keychain or anything. It's actually just getting the wave, revolving it, making a cat out of it, right? So, for example, if you are at a racing event and you have a sample card there, people can go there and rev the engine. You capture that noise that this was how much this guy revved it up to. And again, it's all based on how good a software solution can be designed for it. You can have thousands of them process at the same time, automate the whole thing, pass it to us, and that is how we, it's then thousands of ones can be made.
There's a lot of food traffic. I mean, we're working now with some fashion show that is going to come to Singapore. You can put a booth, scan people, and then you, if you have thousands of people, a few hundreds of them would like to get either a 3D image of themselves, or if you have some tricks that you make a bust or something like that. We thought about printing licensing from some famous personality, their image. We'll scan them like this, and then if I scan you, I can just put you right there.
And we print you both together.
As if you,
give you a gift.
So you then will print it on the spot, or you'll print it then send it?
There's no printing on the spot. So
So
there is a photo booth that people are selling 3D printed, 3D scanned photo booth. You stand in there, take a shot, the file flies to us through the internet, we print it and
send it to the address.
Yes.
Got it. Brilliant. No, well done. That's really cool.
I mean, it's limited. I mean, the applications and there's no limit to it. It's all limited by your design ability and your imagination.
No, it's really cool. Thank you. I'm just thinking.
We were even in terms of a USA tournament and all that. So for a cricket team, we can scan the whole cricket team. And you have or football team. If you have David Beckham or whoever, right? If we get to have him scanned, then you're standing next to him playing soccer or whatever. You have that. Can be done.
You license us his image, which can cost you more than the printer itself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Just for general education, the one last thing that we didn't discuss here, there's a lot of applications in medicine that we are not even discussing here. But those unfortunate that broke a bone or something, so we take a CT scan of your broken bones and design a titanium implant. There are other applications that are not modeling for school, of heart, of other things. But this is not the focus of i.materialise.
That's where also the software backing that we have comes into play, as he was explaining, and I touched when I started talking with the shoe as an example. It can literally be any model, and anything that you'd like to be optimized for one specific purpose. It could be for weight reduction, it could be for strength, it could be for anything. And then we use the software, optimize it for you, and we print it. and that's where it's more about making it more 3D printable at the end of it. How 3D printing can be maximized. You get the most for your money.
So if you got any specific projects in mind, etc., just come and talk to one of us individually, and we can just give you a consultation, etc., and then we can take it forward. Just feel free to come and join us and check out our website and start using it, and yeah, it'd be quite cool.
This is our API website. Since you guys were interested in the white label, please go there. It's the web address is on there. It's just i.materialise-/API. You have all the information over there. The one thing that you need to do is need to request for an API access. You can just submit a request. We will review your request. You need to give us a proposal as to how you would like to use this API, because you can't just hand out API access to anyone and everyone wants. It's not that public. So just a small write-up in your application, we'll review it, get back to you, and then plus the tool ID and the API ID.
Doji. So that's my character. We met her some
Yeah, no,
back.
no, I grabbed Divy's as well. But let me think about it.
Yeah.
Let's do
Can we
something
use that?
very cool.
Yeah, let
Do
me
we
know.
need
Will do. But I'll be back here. Are you coming to the barbecue?
No, it's not that we will be
Yeah.
the contract. We just need to know how you plan using our API, because it's our software at the end of it. And we would like to verify what you're going to use.
People get uncomfortable that things are given away for free, but it is actually given away for free because later we benefit from providing the printing services. You benefit, so it's just mutual benefits. You mark up your products, we mark up our printing capabilities. We can advise you also what is making sense. So you know, if you have a doll like this and you want to charge for it $500. We actually know roughly how much people are charging for it, so we can advise you. Obviously, you're free to do whatever you want. But we just want to know who we gave our APIs to, but no contract is involved. All right?
Thank you.